It's astrology time, and today is Thursday. It is the 20th of August. So let's go. The moon begins void course in Scorpio, and it's going to enter Sagittarius at 4:30 in the morning. Now, the moon in Sagittarius is going to feel a bit liberating, right? This particular moon especially. This makes today seem less moody and introverted because of the boisterous energy the moon is receiving, because Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius and is in warm-hearted and generous Leo. We are feeling like we want it all in an imperious manner, though. Like Veruca Salt. I want it all. That's right, because Mercury is trine with the black moon. So we've got a little bit of a hunger going on there, right? That's what we have going on. Now, this is going to be a fleeting feeling, though, in the morning, because the moon moves really fast, and the moon is what's making these things happen, right? But it's still very real. The moon reforms that cauldron briefly today as well. So now we have all these aspects cooking around. We got it cooking all around the rim. It's like the Pacific Rim or something. Everything's on fire. There's a ring of fire out there. Air and fire, actually, particularly with the moon in Sagittarius. So we've got air and fire feeding these flames that we have, but what are we going to do with that energy? How are we going to be able to use that? Well, luckily for us, the moon in Sagittarius is very optimistic and future-focused, right? It's a great direction for us to look in, future-focused. That's what is so beautiful about this the moon sign astrology, right? It imparts a little bit of that to all of us for us to take and use, and then we mix it with our chart and amalgamize it and get everything done, and that's where we end up going. Now, perhaps we're ready to engage whatever it is that we do, our bases and stuff like that, in a more direct manner. But what I really want you to pay attention to is close attention to any and all initiatives that arise today, because that's going to be very important as well. The time is right, almost, and today's keyword is going to be almost. So our color is teal. Let's go with that. Now let's radiate a bit of positivity today. The sun in Leo is forming a challenging T-square with the moon and Uranus. Okay, 90 degrees, right? So 90 degrees, T-square, right? Yes. So now, what are we talking about here? Well, the speed and frequency of the moon is changing things up rapidly. So, it's a fleeting T-square, right? Once again, fleeting, just like the rest of the aspects that were early on, right? Mars in Cancer causes the moon to want to be proactive, not passive, because we have Mars in the moon's own sign, right, of Cancer. So we've got a little bit of energy coming over where it's like the moon, with Mars in the house, thinking, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? It's an interesting thing, right? Let me know what you think. Put some comments down below. Does this sound reasonable? Does this sound like something that's working out? It worked out yesterday with that mutual reception with Mars being in Cancer and the moon being in Scorpio. That worked out perfectly because I heard that across lots of different channels and stuff like that there was some of that Mars energy that was being spent, that was, making people be circumspect, do the connection things, the watery connection things, and not be too overly over the top. Now, does that mean that we're not going to be active in Sagittarius? No, I think Sagittarius is going to be very active. So that's really what we're looking at. Now, the safe outlet for the T-square energy, think about this, is going to be where the North Node is in Aquarius, because we're going to take and figure that out, right? And that's like a marshalling point where the collective is convening. So think about it. Some people asked me yesterday, how long does the eclipse season last and where's it going to? Well, the eclipse season lasts from eclipse to eclipse. The next eclipse is going to be in Aquarius, right near the point of that North Node, right? That North Node's going to shift because it shifts all the time, right? It shifts counterclockwise, but it will be in that area. So what we're doing is we're looking for ways that we can find innovative and creative ways to help advance society and get along in this current timeline that we're in. The energy is good, surprising, and even creative today. Now, today's energy is a big contrast to what we experienced yesterday. Yesterday's watery connections felt quite, I want to say, draining. It was draining because it was draining the day before. So there was like a kind of recovery day, right? Just kind of like for me personally, I don't know about for you guys, but for me, it was just like, I kind of spent most of yesterday reading and doing some research, which I need to do, right? Occasionally. Then again, my Mercury is in Pisces, so things always get rather strange right around Scorpio, watery events and things like that. Almost always. Anyway, at 3:33 p.m. here on the East Coast, 3:33, the moon opposes Uranus. Now, suddenly, things change because that's what Uranus is. Electricity, movement, revolution, change, right? Now, something changes. Well, what changes? Astrology doesn't change. Of course, Uranus rules astrology, right? The astrology is getting stronger and deeper, and I've got a lot of people telling me they want to learn more. We're going to try starting to work on that, but I need your help to do that. And what I need for everybody to be, helping out with shares and likes and just getting this stuff out there so that we can build our audience so that we have more of an audience for the things that and then I get a better feel for what it is that you want to be learning and you want me working on. Of course, we're going to keep up with these daily things as well because the daily things are so much fun. So anyway, at 3:33, the moon opposes Uranus. Astrology time. Now, suddenly things change, and they will be changing for the better. Now, pay close attention to what shifts for you today. When it does, identify it, care for it, and follow it. You are on the right path of growth, and dare I say, enlightenment. And look, at sunset tonight, right as it gets dark, go out and take a look in the western sky. Follow that star. Venus is brilliant in our night sky, just in the west, right? And Venus is opposing that weakened Saturn in Aries. Yep, we're going to be coming up over that over the weekend. Now, Venus loves to be in love, and she also loves to be creative, likes good life, right? Good things. Ruler of both Libra and Taurus. Now, what kind of test do you think Saturn is working on for us? We kind of addressed that yesterday with Saturn being in fall, so it's not quite. It doesn't like being in Aries. It's weakened in Aries, right? So it becomes more of like a sounding board or a gateway or a doorway, right? So we're initiating badly needed change. That's what we're really going to be doing with Saturn and Aries, because Aries is that an initiative sign. Cardinal sign, right? All you need to do is heed the call, listen for cues, and meet the needs of the community. Do it, and don't make tonight another case of almost getting there. All right, so in 1741, Alaska is first sighted by a Russian expedition led by Danish explorer Vitus Bering. Okay, now you know where the Bering Sea gets its name. I like that kind of stuff, right? And let's keep it polar, but we'll go to the opposite end, right? Our birth is Fabian Gottlieb von Bellinghausen. He's born in 1779, died in 1852. He's a Russian explorer who discovered the continent of Antarctica. He's born in Osel in Estonia. And that is all I have for you. So let's recap, shall we? Our color is teal, and our keyword is almost. Almost. It's kind of fitting, right? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Please, please do the things. Let me know. Comment. Comments always help. I always answer back. Well, I try to always answer back. Every once in a while, one will slip by me. I'll get it. I'll find it sooner or later. That's all I have for you. Today's a 5. Happy astrocatting.